from Studio A, it's First Run. Please welcome your mischievous and mobile host, Dr. Dramaturg!
Yes. Welcome. Look how far we've come. Our 7th penultimate episode. Actually, our first penultimate episode, but 7th episode overall. That's what happens when you forget to pronounce the comma. Comma again. Oh, receiving word. No one cares. Well, you may care to know that 7 is not just the name of my favourite movie, but also of the episode number for tonight's First Run, a show where we premiere young, up-and-coming writers' stories for the first time. Tonight, we are diving into the story of a late-night talk show headed by the enigmatic host Spike McMillan, sounds like a sportscaster, interviewing the troubled actor Cliff Andrews. What twisted secrets and haunting tales will be revealed? What sins will be incurred? Pride, greed, the other 5. Stay tuned to find out, because tonight I bring to you The Spike McMillan Show by Scott Day.
Over here. You want a drink? I'm buying. I'm good for it, right?
Maybe next time. I need to clear my head. That's how I work. You look nervous. Why's that?
I mean, you know my story, right?
I must admit, I don't know a lot about you. I'm too busy reading the tabloids.
Too busy reading the tabloids. Well, they're full of shit anyway. Those parasite journalists, I mean, I'm sure you're very aware of that.
Yes, they exaggerate and pander to people's basic instincts.
Well, they don't like me and I don't like them. They think I'm some kind of shallow piece of shit, and I mean, the Australian media's always been like that, right? Tall poppy syndrome and all that. Bet that's what you think of me too, right?
Frankly, yes, but I'm pleasantly surprised we're having this conversation.
Cool. You know, I'm a character actor in a leading man's body. I want to be Philip Seymour Hoffman.
He was a great character, but you're not Philip Seymour Hoffman. You're Cliff Andrews, for better or for worse.
For worse.
Please tell me about yourself.
What's going on? Why are you interviewing me? Why are you taking notes?
Okay, my show is a unique one. It's like a comedy and entertainment journalism series.
2 in 1. I like it.
Soon to be none. The ratings are tanking.
I see.
Yeah, I'm a bit rusty in the journalism department, so I'm trying to redefine my skills for, well, I'll be back in that in no time.
Hey, Spike. You have a moment?
Listen, Jen, before you start, I know about the ratings.
They are like a goddamn roller coaster, Spike. Except I thought the roller coasters were meant to go up sometimes. But what do I know? I haven't been to a theme park in years. Look, I wanted you to hear it from me, pal. It's nothing personal if the network don't want to order another season.
You, them, bad news is bad news, no matter who it's from.
Spike, it's going to take a miracle for you to get a second season.
You said that.
You didn't let me finish.
Sorry, continue.
I'm going to make sure that that miracle happens tonight.
What does that mean?
Well, there's a rumour that Cliff's going through a bit of a dark time at the moment. His father just died. He hasn't had a box office success in years. His wife left him, and he can't even see his baby daughter.
And what does that do anything about me?
Leverage it. You'll see. Oh, and by the way, did the intern remember the M&Ms for Cliff?
As far as I know, I told him to make sure it's only the red ones.
You want to check on that? His contract was very specific.
Okay, they're just M&Ms, Jenny. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Breach of contract, Spike. That's the worst that can happen. I know what you're thinking. Don't underestimate me. I'll hold you to it.
I'll handle it.
My, the suspense! If someone got my favourite M&M colour mixed up, brown, by the way, they would, well, have to make like Marshall Mathers himself and lose himself. I'm losing myself right now. They're going to taste my venom, and we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the Spike McMillan Show. Wait a second, no, it's first run! Live as ever and with a great news story for you tonight. Where we last left off, like a good cup of coffee, suspense was brewing in the office as Jenny alluded to a way to boost the ratings. Let's us and Janine Alice find out what she had in mind.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name before.
It's Cynthia.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Cynthia. How are you?
I guess I'm okay.
Yeah?
Listen, do you mind? You're on 5 and I'm trying to get this done.
Sorry.
Can you not chew? You're making my job harder.
Oh, jeez. Sorry for barging in, Cliff.
We're on 5.
Cynthia, do you mind? I just need a minute.
I'll be done in 4 then.
Just a minute.
It's alright, guys.
Cynthia, look at the guy. He doesn't need makeup. He's been voted Sexiest Man of the Year 2 years in a row.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
What?
The M&Ms.
Yeah?
Your contract specifically said that they're supposed to be red ones. Where's that goddamn intern? I'll wring his neck.
It's fine. They all taste the same.
Thank God.
I won't tell anyone.
Can't breach her contract.
It's fine. I won't tell anyone.
Okay.
What's up?
You're an A-list actor. You wouldn't get it, Cliff. It's about the ratings.
Are you gonna do something about them?
I have no clue. It's a me problem.
But it doesn't have to be.
What does that mean?
You'll see.
And now, from the city of Melbourne is your very entertaining host, Spike McMillan!
Thank you. Wow, big crowd today. Almost as big as today's news. What's the news today, Jim?
I don't know. Huey Lewis?
No. Did you hear the Fouldes CEO was dangerously driving on Saturday? And then he was found with drugs in his system.
Was it caffeine from all the coffee Fonzie producers?
No, cocaine. I guess the coffee cartel wasn't the only one he had connections with. Man, where am I going to get my ethically sourced cocaine now? Actually, Jim, is your buddy from college still selling?
Spike, I've told you time and time again, Al is busy.
Al is labouring. That's ludicrous. If Al is so laden with labour, why am I lavishing them with so many lines in one lengthy litany? Luckily, Jay is labouring, leaving little time for leisure.
That's right, Jay's available to get you ethically sourced cocaine. So who's our first guest, Spike?
An excellent question. Well, he's a chameleon-like leading man, known for winning Oscars for his brilliant performances.
Did he play the alien in John Carpenter's The Thing?
No, that was Kevin Spacey. Rumour has it he wasn't acting. They didn't even need a script, he just turned everyone against each other with ease. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Cliff Andrews. you doing, Cliff?
I'm pretty well. I had a good flight. Almost no jet lag.
Almost no jet lag, huh? So you had like a little bit of jet lag.
I mean, it's pretty much impossible when you're traveling all the time.
Just a teensy bit of jet lag. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like you're the red carpet, but who are you wearing?
This is a custom-made suit by Taylor Adams.
Ah, Adam sure did a good job.
His name is Taylor, Spike.
A tailor named Taylor? What's next? A Tyler named Tyler? Is that a vintage watch?
No, that one's custom too.
Ah, it's custom made. La-di-da. Does Taylor have a brother named Cassio?
No, what I meant to say was, it was made for me by my father, who passed away recently, so I'm wearing it tonight in his honour.
Oh, that deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. The last few months has been pretty emotional for me, especially watching my father waste away in palliative care. In the end, he became someone that none of us really recognised.
So maybe you don't want to talk about that.
I mean, it's a fact of life, right? He lost his sense of humour, optimism. You know, it happens to all of us eventually, right?
Thank you for sharing that. Do you want to make a tribute to your father?
Sure. My dad was a watchmaker. He was really proud of his craft. My hometown, Colac, where he was also from, had a trade school for the craft of watchmaking, so that's how he fell into that. He thought watches were a great metaphor for life, but honestly, I see them as more of a reminder of my own mortality.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I mean, that couldn't be any clearer than now.
Well, your father loved you, Cliff, and no doubt was very proud of you. In fact, he'd even be more proud of you since you're one of the most nominated for an Oscar for the, what was it, most recent film, Chronograph?
Yeah.
Tell me, what was that film about again?
Well, it's an existential exploration of the passage of time.
I'm laughing already.
Yeah, well, it's a psychological drama about a man who's so preoccupied with death that he outlives everyone that he loves.
So, tell me, like, how was the process of getting into that character?
Well, I immersed myself completely in the role. I interviewed and took videos of residents in a nursing home. They had dementia and terminal illnesses, and I watched those videos relentlessly, obsessively, just to get into the frame of mind of the character. One guy that really stood out to me that I interviewed his name was Roland. He thought I was his old workmate, Lawrence. They used to work together in a mill in the 60s, and Lawrence would always shout, "Duck!" whenever a tree would fall, and yeah, so I looked up Lawrence, I did some research, and he actually died in a freak accident. He was always looking up, but never down. He never did see the quarry right in front of him. Yeah, well, Roland was one of those people that outlived everyone that he loved. He would go through his phone book and try to call up old friends, and their kids would answer the phone and tell him that his friend had passed away. Eventually he started reading the newspaper obituaries, and he discovered that they looked a lot like his phone book.
Wow. That's great, Cliff. Let's discuss you now, you know? Let's get to know Cliff Andrews.
There is no Cliff Andrews.
I'm sorry?
I mean, that's how I disappear so easily into a role. That's how I can play so many different characters effortlessly.
Like, surely you must have some kind of identity.
No. I'm a hollow man with no personality except for the one that he copies from others. Every few months, I'm someone else. One day, a gay cowboy, the next, a man on death row. Sometimes, the hot guy from Beaches Down Under. At this point, sometimes I still think I'm an animated mouse.
Actually, Cliff, let's, you know...
No, I won't be constrained by you or the media. I have no identity. Ask me to play a character. Any character. No? No? You. What's your name?
Alice.
Alice? Mm-hmm. Give me a character. Any character.
Popeye?
Sure. Hey! Olive oil! Get me some spinach!
Just stop, Cliff. Please stop.
Give me another one. Anyone. Come on, another character. No? No? Ladies and gentlemen, I am the character. Cliff Andrews is the character.
Can we, like, cut to commercial or...
Spike, can't you see what I'm doing for you? You can't cut to commercial.
I do, and I don't like it, Cliff.
They'll forget about me in a week. I have nothing to lose. Nothing.
And he was gone. And I've nobody to blame but myself.
Well, the drama, the scandal of it all. Much like Cliff, I too can relate to living purely as a character, forgoing my real self. Just like Pinocchio in the story of Pinocchio, eponymous book. I too want to be a real boy. What a real bore. But anyway, stay tuned. We'll be right back for more of the good stuff after these ads. Cool. Graveyard. Cozy. You're watching First Run, where news stories and being live meet in a hot, steamy union to produce a show that you're watching right now. Where we last left off, the actor Cliff Andrews suffered a mental breakdown live on the air, perhaps saving the ratings of the failing late night show he was on. I'm taking notes. Let's continue right now.
Sorry I couldn't help you that night.
Psst. Cliff?
Hey, how are you?
Do you really expect us to have a normal conversation right now? Like, I was emotionally put through that ring-up by your apparent disappearance.
I'm sorry. I had to get out of Hollywood by any means necessary.
So use my show to do that? To make your disappearance seem more authentic?
Actually, I was trying to kill two birds with one stone.
And dare I ask what the bird was?
The other bird was keeping your show on the air. I mean, not just for you, but for the people that are employed by the network. God knows they need to work.
How's your new life?
Simple. One of the hardest parts of being an A-list actor in Hollywood is the pressure to succeed. It's... every project has to supersede the one before. Every performance has to be an improvement. There is no such thing as rest.
But now there is?
Yeah.
You were voted the sexiest man alive in 2020. You had millions of dollars, plenty of opportunities. Why give that up?
it wasn't me. I'm not that person. It was a mimicry of others.
I don't understand your self-imposed exile. After all, couldn't you make it work as a person in society?
No. I never belonged anywhere. I never connected with anyone. Not even my own parents, not my wife, not my own child. People are alien to me. I tried to make them happy with my performances, but they always just wanted more. They wouldn't stop until they'd taken every inch of me.
How long do you think you can live like this?
How long does a candle burn? Longer if it's not burning from both ends.
I suppose we're just biding our time.
That's why clocks always reminded me of time. You can't tell anyone about this. Cliff Andrews, as the world knows him, is dead.
I suppose he is.
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Did you get your contract renewed?
Yeah, the show was renewed for another season.
Well, it wasn't all for nothing then.
It's just one more season, Cliff. I won't have another miracle like that happen next year. Like, the world thinks you're dead, and for what? Some extra content to be made and then dumped on a streaming service?
It bought you some time.
And that's the time that was well spent. And then what?
That's all we can ever hope for, Spike, is more time.
Incredible, truly. Someday maybe I'll have a late night talk show of my own, one with a comfy chair, fancy desks, a live band, guy named Jimmy, and a guest or two, maybe a third, like in that Zendaya movie Challenges. Anyway, The Spike McMillan Show was written by Scott Day. Scott is a VCA screenwriting graduate whose feature film Wanda and Sully will air on Channel 9 in 2025. Their screenplays run the gamut from playfully absurd to psychologically damaging. Charlie Kaufman is their idol, and they one day hope to write something as inspired as being John Malkovich. Don't we all wish that? Let's bring Scott on. Scott! Scott Day, what a day for you, Scott. Come aboard. Join me here. Great to see you, Scotty. Scotty, what a story. I want to ask you about Wanda and Sully coming out next year, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Tell us a bit about that. Like, what's going on there?
Well, we made it. Sorry, is this on? I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. We made it in 2020, 2021. That's sort of like during COVID, during lockdowns. Oh, not during lockdowns, but during the periods when we weren't locked down. Yeah, we filmed it. I wrote it years ago. And it's like a teen comedy about, like a political teen comedy about like two teenagers who are like investigating their SRC representative because they think he's embezzling money.
Interesting.
And they discovered
Lovely.
like a conspiracy.
School conspiracy, something for everyone to chew on. Well, that one is coming away in 2025. Get excited for that. Hopefully, we saw a lot of greatness here tonight. It was really great to have your story on, Scott. Once again, a big thank you to Scott Day for this wonderful piece. That is the end of our show tonight, folks. Tune in next week for the season finale. This has been another Ripper installment of First Run.